Welcome back, everyone. This is GTA Veiler. In our last video, we did the final Diaz mission. It was called Supply and Demand. This video is the first Avery Carrington mission. It's called 4 Iron. Avery is our new boss for the next 3 missions, which we'll tackle in these 3 videos. I'll remind you that we saw Avery Carrington off in the distance at the party, and I'll play a little bit of that introduction here.
She's in Alabama. This is Candy.
And over there, we have the Vice City Mamba's star titan, BJ. Always the charmer.
I blocked down on him, and then I put him in a wheelchair.
That is good. Well, now, I'm looking at some prime...
And that poolside amphibian is Jez Torrent.
Avery, goes without saying. Tommy, any progress? No. Tell me later. Tommy, this is Avery Carrington. I believe you met at the party?
Not in person. Howdy.
Avery here has a proposition.
We saw Avery from afar at the party, and then we met him formally in the final Ken mission, which was called the Riot. Here in this save file, I'm just showing you that before we do the first Avery mission, the golf course is closed from both gates, even though all of the bridges are unlocked between all the islands. Because we haven't done the first Avery mission, we haven't yet unlocked the golf course. Due to a programming bug, we will lose our Spanned Express outfit as soon as we start 4 Iron. So Avery Carrington is a real estate dealer, and he is cutthroat to say the least. The mission Riot, which we did for Ken, was actually a mission for Avery. That was where we blew up a couple of Spanned Express trucks because that company refused to sell their property to Avery. And Avery is all about doing whatever it takes to get the property he's interested in. And all 3 of his missions will all have to do with exactly the same thing, taking out folks who refuse to give him property. Again, this mission is called 4 Iron, and here we learn that Avery wants us to take out some tenacious bastard who refuses to sell land to Avery. Avery is about to use the word lawgivers here.
They don't allow guns, so his bodyguards won't be packing lawgivers.
I'm assuming from the context it's a kind of gun, but the only thing I could find online was a reference to Judge Dredd, the comic, and also the movie, where they did have a gun called the Lawgiver. If you know anything more about what a lawgiver actually is, let us know in the comments. Go and pick up some golfing clothes at JockSport, can do. Passing this mission awards $500 and unlocks the golf course for the rest of the game, and also unlocks the country club outfit right here at the JockSports that we're heading to. Recall that going into any clothing icon will get rid of a 1 or 2 star wanted level. So just to demonstrate that this clothing icon works the same way, I will get myself a 1 star wanted level. There it is. Hello, officer. And then we'll change, and the 1 star wanted level will be gone.
Is this me?
Nice ass, baby.
This might be my favorite outfit in the whole game. Look how awesome we look. Now head to the Leaf Links Golf Club. We will. We are dressed for success here. Okay, so I'll get myself another couple of wanted stars here, because surprisingly the next pink marker gets rid of your wanted level, which is pretty neat. So you can walk into this pink marker on foot, or you can drive into it in the car. Either way starts this cutscene. The target is at the driving range, enjoying a game of golf. Make sure it's his last. Will do. Walking through the metal detector gets rid of all of your weapons except for a melee weapon and the brass knuckles if you happen to have those. But notice that there's only 6 weapons placed outside of the metal detectors, and there's only spots for 6 weapons there. So if you have more than 6 guns and you go through the metal detector, the game will take 1 or more of your guns to leave you with only 6 on the other side of the metal detector. You can see in the top left, it said that you get a free golf club for getting into a caddy as long as your melee weapon slot is empty, but ours was not. We had the chainsaw there, so had to pick up the golf club if we wanted to use it. I've intentionally parked my caddy in front of another one of the caddies. You can see the guy in the middle there. There's 4 guards up on the 2nd level of this driving range, and then 2 guys in golf carts that are going to come chasing after us. So I'm trying to kill this guy with the golf club. It turns out to be surprisingly hard to do. In fact, I think with just about any melee weapon would be hard to do other than the chainsaw. So he's very keen on getting into this particular caddy, and if he can't get into that caddy, then he gets into that first one there, which happens to be blue, which is why I blocked it with my caddy. And so we'll eliminate most of the security guards here. And if you let him get away from you in a caddy, this is really, really hard to pass because it's, you can't catch him on foot because he's driving too fast, and You don't have any drive-by weapons because they were taken away by the metal detector. So yeah, I'll show you how to get in here with your drive-by weapons and all your weapons intact. But if you have to do this with a melee weapon other than the chainsaw, it is tough. So here we can pick up our 6 guns. And then I will show you that indeed passing this mission unlocks the Country Club outfit right over here for the rest of the game. After we walk into this Country Club outfit, I'll start the fails and quirks section of this mission. So in this clip, I have started the mission, but I didn't bother changing into the golf club outfit. You can still see the blue shirt icon on the minimap there. Surprisingly, the gates to the golf course are open and we can walk right through this metal detector, but even as we super sprint over here, we can see that there's nothing to do. So you can't proceed with the mission in this case until you change into the Country Club outfit. In this clip, I wanted to see what happens if you try to let the golfer get away. So I take out all of his security guys, well, almost all of them. There's still the 2 folks in caddies of their own. And I'm going to fast forward this because it's kind of a long wait. I'm not going to bother chasing him. Basically, you just want to look at the yellow square on the minimap. But it's going to be moving around a bit because I'm getting harassed by one of these 2 guys in the golf caddies. So the golfer in question makes 2 laps, and I thought he was going to just continue doing circles, but actually at some point you can see he heads out to that road, and where he's actually headed is the exit to the golf course, which I had no idea. I've never had him escape before, but eventually, if you do nothing, he heads to the exit of the golf course, and if he gets too far away from you, then he escapes. I can't believe it. So this time I follow him after he does his 2 loops, and I was surprised to see that the security guards here at the entrance to the golf club, they started attacking me, whereas when I came in earlier, they didn't attack me at all. They were neutral towards me. And I also learned that this guy has an escape car. He was prepared. So I hopped into his Greenwood. Wisely, he gets out. Now I have to deal with these 3 goons here, and I'm dressed better than any of them. And meanwhile, the target is working on his backup plan here in the background. This is it. If somebody takes his Glendale, he just runs backwards and forwards across the road. He needs to work on his secondary options here. So eventually I decided to just punch this guy a bunch and eventually get my $500 reward. And then check this out. I chainsaw all these women here, and look at how much money we get. We were at 2031. These ladies are rich. Almost $900 there. All right, new early game money grind. Chainsaw rich women at the golf course. In this clip, I'm going to type Big Bang, which blows up all vehicles on the map. So there's no cart for this guy to hop into. So now we're going to wake him up, take care of all of his security guys. So it's just me and the guy we're after. And he's going to head to where the cart should be. And then he hesitates for a few moments and realizes it's time for a change of plans. So he immediately starts running on foot towards the entrance to the golf club. He doesn't do his 2 laps on foot like he would if he were in a cart. He just heads straight for the entrance to the golf club. He gets in his getaway vehicle and his driver drives him off. And I'm always curious about 2 things when an NPC from a mission is in a car getting away from me. First, they follow the rules of the road, and this guy does not. He's gone through a couple of red lights already. And second, do they have a particular destination in mind, or is this basically just a random walk? So this guy took me on a long trip all the way down to the southern part of the island, and then at some point, he got to the far south and doubled back around and just started doing like a loop around the same block. And I said, I don't have time for this, buddy. We got videos to push out here. So I yank out the driver, the target starts running south, and then me and the driver play like patty cake for 30 seconds, and then eventually I drive to the south and discover that this guy appears to be heading to his own doom in the water, which is great for me because getting this guy to die via drowning was one of the things on my checklist anyway. Done. Now, I do really like the golf club attire, but I had my heart set on completing this mission in something else, anything else. So I put on the golf club attire, and then I came over here ready to change into the Spand Express outfit, and it's just not there. Okay, take number 2. Rockstar doesn't want me to have any fun.
Is this me? Nice ass, baby.
So you know what outfit accentuates Tommy's ass even more than the country club outfit is the purple-red tracksuit. Looking good, Tommy. So we're still on the mission here. Fly back over. Okay, this cutscene appears to be proceeding as usual. Can I get through this metal detector? I can, yeah. So the mission works, no problem. Finally, doing this mission in something other than the country club outfit. All right, in this attempt, I pushed all of the caddies into the water. Then I got into this caddy right here. I didn't realize that was actually going to trigger this, but anyway, it did. And then I just led them on a slow chase towards the entrance. And here, look, I don't get attacked by the PIG security guards. Why is that? I can't imagine it's because I'm not in the country club outfit. And my only guess is that it's because I didn't actually attack any of the security guards here for the guy. I didn't attack the guy. I just pulled somebody out of a caddy. So I'm guessing that's why I didn't get attacked by the PIG guys. Like I said, this mission would be much easier if we had our weapons. So let me show you an easy way to get over to the golf course with your weapons. And, oh, look out. Oh, Tommy's learning how to crawl. Okay, like I said, let me show you an easy way to get over to the golf course and still have your weapons. Okay, here is an easy way to get over to the golf course and still have your weapons. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so then I started running towards the pink triangle and I realized that there was a problem. The problem is that I never actually activated the pink blip over at the entrance to the golf course, and I shut my camera there because I was frustrated because that is required to activate the guy over in the stand. So here we go. And, okay, Tommy, careful, careful. Easy. Okay, so this time I did things in the right order. Activated the pink marker right outside the golf course, and then made a clean jump with plenty of room to spare. And now we're on the golf course, and we have all of our weapons. This is wonderful. And we'll take this guy out with one sniper bullet. Fabulous. So now I'll show you a way that's actually easy to get into the golf course and keep your weapons intact. So in this case, I've already gone into that pink marker by the entrance. You just drive your car right over here to this corner, hop on the car, hop over the flags, and you are in with all your weapons. Different attempt here. I decided off camera to take a vacation over at the military base. I just love having tourists there. And they let me take home something from the gift shop, this model hunter. It's a scale model, actually, the 1-to-1 ratio. And I just wanted to see if I line up my hunter with this guy golfing by his security guards, if any of them are a little bit alarmed, you know, like does having a hunter count as an overtly aggressive act? Or do they recognize that I'm just a tourist who went to the gift shop over at the military base? So I changed my camera. There's the first person perspective. Yep, he seems like he's carrying on, just working on his drives. And I think I've got things lined up, but it's hard to tell with the kind of wobbly camera. So we were a little bit left that time. And how about this time? Can we get him the second shot? And boom, get some. And we have a little bit left over for the security guards to get some. In the next clip, I'll demonstrate that if you're on a motorcycle, you actually can ride right through that metal detector. So here we will activate the pink marker on the pizza boy and skip this cutscene and then just drive on through. Now, there's not really a big advantage to this because you still lose all of your weapons, but if you really like having whatever motorcycle you have, you can speed up the trip to get over here, and there's nothing that can go horribly wrong when you're on a pizza boy riding too fast and out of control. Now it's time for my challenge attempt, and the goal here is to emulate the speedrun strat. And it's a strat I've never tried before making this video right here. It turns out that speedrunners have found a quite reliable setup to snipe the guy that we're trying to kill here from outside the country club. So I watched speedrunner KZ Fru do this strat in one of his videos. He didn't explain what he did. He was just talking about other stuff, and it looked like he stood between these two particular fence posts, and then I have no idea what he was aiming at, but he has some clear indication of like which pixel of like tree he's supposed to hit, and I don't know what he was doing. I felt like I was aiming too far to the right. I was actually just looking at the mini map, and I was like, I don't know, I'm just going to aim at the yellow square. I fired twice. The first bullet hit. I cannot believe it. I shook the camera. I was prepared for that to take a long time, gang. I can't believe the first bullet worked. I had no setup. I just stood between the two pillars that I saw that speedrunner stand between. But I have no idea what I was aiming at. And what I thought was going to happen, I thought the most likely outcome as I tried a bunch of attempts at this was that most of my shots would just miss, but that some of the shots would hit one of the security guards, and then that would alert them, and then the guy I was shooting at would start moving. And there's like no chance I hit the guy when he's moving, right? I got lucky hitting him when he was in his static known position. So yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know what I aimed at. I'm not going to try to replicate that because I don't think I can, but it worked. That's the speedrun strat. As you saw, I headed right back over to the North Point Mall to put the Spand Express outfit back on. I promised that each outfit would get roughly 6 episodes worth of time, and the Spand Express has been cheated by that country club outfit, which was required. If you have any memories you'd like to share about 4 Iron, the mission we just did, put them in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.